Gentlemen of the press, I greet all of you. I bring you all good tidings from Ondo State, the Sunshine State. My speech will be given to you, but I'm going to just speak to it. As you know, we have been in the saddle for just over 3 years, and the first leg of this renewable mandate is winding down gradually. As you can see, by 24th of February next year, I will be sworn in again as the governor of the state. Yeah. It is imperative that we seek the consent of our party before we approach the people. We are going back to our people in Ondo State. But what we have come to do today is to submit both the form on expression of interest and the nomination form itself, which we have done and concluded in the office of the organizing secretary of the party. That means the party is fully informed of the fact that we'll be running for this election. But one thing that makes this more unique for us is that in spite of many ways we have tried to keep our people in Ondo State, so many of them, as you can see, have come to show solidarity. And there are a lot of them are not here now. But for that, I must hasten to express my profound gratitude to all those who have come from Ondo State. I must express my thanks to members of the House of Assembly who are here. Mr. Speaker is here, his Deputy Speaker is here. 21 of them are here in Abuja here to support this cause. Out of 23. 21 members of the House of Assembly. Members of the Executive Council, many of them are here. I can't get the figure now, but virtually all of them are here to support this cause. So I'm grateful to them. I believe that I have been very lucky to have the caliber of men and women with whom I've been working with. To have the caliber of men and women in the House of Assembly. Even the caliber of persons that represent Ondo State outside Ondo State. We have been very lucky to have, like Chief Donald Alashadura, the Minister of State for Niger Delta, representing us here. His caliber is what our pride. He has been a senator and he's been a Minister of Finance or Commissioner for Finance in our state. So he has done so well. So we have been represented by people who are here and House of Rep representative representing other members of the House of Rep who are also part of this cause. I can tell you that I'm overwhelmed, and they have expressed genuine affection for us. But what are we here to do? It's for us to say that we want to renew our mandate. This is perhaps not the appropriate forum to present a program. It's not here for me to tell you what my programs are for revalidation of that mandate. We must, however, not fail to assert, without any fear of contradiction, that we have kept faith with our people. We, in this regime, or at this level, our government has kept faith with our people. We have been relentless, and it's there for you to see, in the pursuit of the set objectives. Our intervention in all sectors bear indelible imprints on the socio-economic landscape of Ondo State. It is for all of you to go there. A number of you have come, some people have come there. We'll go and see it. You see what we have done. We thank God for it. Our mode of governance has become a model for many, and a state a lesson in the enthronement of deliberative governance for quintessential service delivery. This is what we are doing in the state. We have taken a message of redemption to all the nooks and crannies of the state. Every part of our land is treated as our cherished heritage which must be preserved. Every part. We are not leaving anywhere out. Our people are treated with respect. Our administration has rekindled hope in the possibility of altruistic service. We have promoted amity among our people, amity among our workers. Prior attention is given to matters concerning the welfare of our workers. It's important to us, it's germane, and this we have done over. No public servant needs to be afraid of persecution under our watch. We have not persecuted any, we will never persecute any. We have participated in politics, bearing in mind the overriding interests of the people. We have never at any moment allowed parochial consideration to becloud our vision for optimum service delivery. We have invested massively in infrastructure to bridge the gap. When we came, we saw the wide gap, infrastructural deficit. We have invested in it, and that's why people come. When you ask them outside, they will say, oh, that governor is Mr. Road, is Mr. Infrastructure, because we have invested in it. We have taken the issue of security of our people more seriously, and all of you know that we have done that. Security of our people is very germane to us. I can assure you, there is probably no state that can exist without borrowing. Not even a nation, not even America. They are the greatest debtor, as you all know, in the world. So we have tried to spend within our limit because of the debt we met. We met a lot of debt. We had to pay back. So it took us time. After we had paid back the debt we met, before we initiated a move to have a borrowing of about 30 billion. Now, the bond which we floated, at the end of the day, the DMO felt that, look, we are, with our debt profile, we probably are not entitled to more than 15 billion. So, we had gotten 15 billion, but all of them have gone on infrastructural development. There's nothing anybody can do because we have to pay salaries. That is primus with me as an individual. I felt that I said to them I won't use servant or anything for them. I believe that every worker deserves his wage, so that everybody will not say that I said they are just servants. They are not servants, but every worker deserves his wage. So we have done that as we needed to do. But I can assure you, we had done a lot of work before the loan came. So the loan had to be used to pay a number of our contractors because we had adopted a way of doing our business which is different from every other person's. That is why people come and say, oh, this road, we don't know how you have the, why did you get the money to construct this road? How did you get the money to do this? We made it a policy to all any contractor that wants to work with us. Start the work. You must attain above 30% with your own money before we start paying you anything. We were shocked. I was shocked that so many people were prepared to do that. Others are still there at our door, knocking, begging. And I said, this thing, by the time we put most of you there, we will have beaten more than we can chew. So we are the one now trying to say to them, please, we beg you, let me be true with this. So many people are there. And that allows for what I call quality jobs, particularly our roads. Go and see our drains. Go and see what we do. Everybody knows that, look, people come when they are constructing, somebody will pass and say, this is not Akeredolu's road. Because they know we have standard. The standard is there. And people say, this is Akeredolu's road. When you pass by, is this Akeredu? We maintain a standard. So that's what has led us to all the work we are able to do. Yes, without borrowing, but we are borrowing now to pay back those who have done the work for us in the first instance without collecting money. But again, you asked about IGR. That is an area that, but for this COVID-19, we were cruising at a level that we believe that, look, things will have changed totally in Ondo State. When we came in, our IGR was at less than 700 million per month. And we used that as the basis. That was the base we used for our consultant that we took. And we now worked. Our IGR before COVID had reading to about 2 billion per month. But with COVID now, well, God will save all of us, as in, not only from COVID, but from financial kwashiorkor that we are going through now. So we are there. So, but after COVID, I'm sure that things will get back again on stream because we are set. We are already there. We are already there. We are looking at making minimum of about 3.5 to 4 billion per month. But we'll get there by the grace of God if we have this. We maintain this tempo that we had when we got there. So in our IGR, we are ready to work. I can tell you. Then somebody asked me about what Wike said. You know, Wike is Wike. And I'm Aketio. So Wike can have his own assessment. That governors forum are now toothless bulldog. No, I don't believe so. The governors forum has been involved in many things. We have engaged the executive in the National Economic Council, and we have gained a lot for our respective states. It's not an easy thing. We have had to meet with the president on a lot of challenges, and it is this governors forum that has won back so many things. We are engaged with Central Bank almost every day. We are having meetings. We are having, even now, virtual meetings, Zoom, almost every other week. All we go there to discuss is about our state and relationship with the federal government. We have done this. So there are many things that the Governors Forum has achieved. If in Wike's view, one thing is missing or one thing was not done, it cannot be something you use in judging the Governors Forum. No, that won't be right. Remember all the Governors Forum have been doing in terms of even fighting to get our money back from federal government all along. Money that have been there that nobody were not paid all along. We have done a lot. Governors Forum has done a lot. We are engaged with World Bank. We have people working for us with World Bank doing everything, and all for the benefit of all our states, including River State. So for me, I don't know his basis, but he has his own way. That's his own judgment. We all have a judgment. For me, the Nigerian Governors Forum is not a toothless bulldog for the reasons I've stated. For many things we can do and we have been doing as governors together. But that is Wike's something. Now, on security breach, yes, this has been a serious matter all over the country, not only in Ondo State. This led us, as Western Nigerian Governors Forum, where I lead today, that we met, and we are convinced that, look, the time has come to have a security outfit for us to repel all these incursion, security breaches. And that's what led to Amotekun. And you have most of the states are now have incorporated, their laws have been set up, some states are recruiting, everybody is doing his own work, the structures are being put in place. I can assure you by the time all this is done, oh, you dare not come to Ondo State. You dare not come. Because as I stand with before you now, I'm one of the Amotekuns. We will drive, they cannot do it. We have had breaches. But it's not common to us alone. It's everywhere. But for us, Ondo State today is still one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. Yeah. So that gives us a lot of pride. But now I go to women. Yes, Ogom. So they will tell you what we are doing in Ondo State. I cannot even afford it because I will not be able to rest. It's not an easy thing to be married to a lady who is an activist. And when that activist is an Igbo woman, it's even more difficult. It's even more difficult. So your sister can tell you that women have their place. All of us here can tell you women have their place in Ondo State. She has tried. She's done tremendously well. Promoted issue on breast cancer. Come on the digital for also so many things. Be more empowered. Get child. Anything about women. Now, if I don't do, no sleep. So I know that she's done so much in the state about women, and she's the first person that will call me. If, for instance, you make appointment, by the time there are about 2-3 men, he will call me and say, Daddy, there are women. He will go and look for them and bring them. I say, okay, fair enough. So women have a place in Ondo State, I can assure you. Let me start with promises we made to the generality of the people of Ondo State before we came in. I can assure you that for now, whatever barometer is going to be used to measure whether it's performance or you call it fulfillment of promises, we have done very well. It is for us to visit and see. We've mentioned about, as I said, the infrastructural gap. Today, road construction is on in every nook and crannies of Ondo State, Akure in particular. Today, it's not that we have done a Third Mainland Bridge, no. But for the first time in Ondo State, we had to put a bridge on the express road, that is the Lagos-Benin Ore road, and that bridge, the Redemption Bridge, is in Ore. You need to be there. It is now, yes, it has changed totally all the landscape of Ore. So people now travel, people are happier, people can cross to go to Okitupa without fear of getting hit by any vehicle. So, and our people, our brothers who will be going to the east, all of them are so excited that look, there will no more be clumsiness and hold up in that place. So this we have done not only for those state indigenes, we have done it, and I'm happy to inform all of us knew when the president came to commission the Redemption Bridge in Ore. He was so happy about it, and he said that to me when we were in the vehicle that look, this is a monument and everybody will remember you for it. So we have done a lot. Yes, I, for one, promised port. I don't know of any other person who promised on those people port. I, for one, promised port. And I've pursued the issue of port with everything I have. Everything I have. All the consultants have done all the works that need to be done. The outline case is been done now. And where we are is where people get to in 10 years of pursuit. But in about 4 years, less than 4 years, we have gotten to that point. Where we are now is for our reports to get to ICRC, and from there, get, by the grace of God, to the FEC with the support of my minister here and support of Mr. President, who knows, who have told Mr. President about this port over and over. And he accepts, he agrees with me. And I know that when it gets to FEC, which will be done very soon, that port declaration will be made. We will build Port Ondo and that is there. We are not. I said so to some people. I said so to some of those who are going around now that want to contest against me. I said all they needed was to make sure that Port Ondo is declared, and we have that. I will leave government. That's all I owe people of Ondo State, and I'm going to pursue it with everything I have to have Port Ondo. So that is there. Now the other two questions has to do with our party. This is our party secretariat. Has to do with Governor Obaseki. Look. Let me be fair to all of us, and I know that you'll be fair to me too. That for now, most of us who are in the party have decided that look, this is not time to talk about a party or apportion blames. We will wait. The time will be there for us to look at what the party has done, and if you ask me then, I will answer you. So for now, no.